Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. For it. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Gaur Premanande, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shriman Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Shri Panchatattva ki, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki, Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsingadev ki, Gaura Bhakti Vrindi ki, Gaura Premanande. Hare fast you can raise your hand. Who would like to sign up for the program? So number 2 is, what is my object of meditation? And you can tell this if you get a new apartment or a house, what you ask the real estate agent for. What do you ask for first? Where's the temple room going to go? If you're asking that question, then you're a devotee. So the third, what is the third? 3 parts to this quiz. And if you get 2 of them right, then you get 180 on your SAT. Is that good? 180 is not good? What's good? Oh. Sorry, I'm out of the loop. 1,600. Is that the top? Okay, so you get 1,400. You got to get all 3. What's the third one? Huh? That was number 2. Number 3, Prabhu. Offer everything to Krishna. Yeah, but what's the phraseology? Surrender. Okay, yes. Yeah, one who sees. Very good, Viraha Baba. You get 1,500 on your SAT. That's so. One who sees all the things in this world as paraphernalia to be used in the service of the Lord. That's number 3. So what's number 1? Is it time for prasadam? I don't know what they cook. Number 1. You have to have a home, right? So the spiritual world is my home. Say, the spiritual world is my home. Say it 2 more times. Yeah, it's like Wizard of Oz. So that's what she was going for. There's no place like home. No place like home. And so we have that mantra. We have to know our home, and we have to be in striving for our home. And if I think the material world's my home, this is my home. Where's your home? I'm from Cupertino, or some people say Cupertino. If I think I'm from Cupertino or Cupertino or any kind of Itino, then I'm going to be upset, because it's not a permanent home. I don't get to stay. So if anybody asks you, except in a job interview, where are you from? What will you say? I'm from the spiritual world. Where's your home? Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Param Sada Pashanti Surayaho Devava Chakshra Tatam Dhavipraso Vipanyavo Jagravam Saha Siminda Te Vishnurya Paramam Param. If everyone can move up by 6.2 inches, we deeply appreciate it. Thank you. Number 2, what is the object of my worship and attention? You have to place your attention somewhere. Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji Ki Jai, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Ki Jai, Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. If you place your attention on Krishna, what are the ways to place your attention on Krishna? The simple things that Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita. The most simple points he makes in the Bhagavad Gita, how to place our attention, how to make him the object of our worship. Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru mami vaishyasi yuktvaivam atmanam aparayana. So he says, absorb your mind in me, always think of me. And then what? Become my devotee. Okay, then what? Then worship Krishna. Anything else? And offer obeisance. Namaskuru. So is that something that can be done anywhere? So those are 4 ways in which we make Krishna the object of our worship and meditation. Manmana Pavamad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mami Vaishyasi Yukvaivam Atmanama Parayanaha. And then number 3. What are all the things in the universe for? Exploitation. We're meant to exploit the scarce resources of the world and covet them so that we can dominate other nations. And we should spend at least 50% of our national budget for defense and build up our nuclear arsenal so that if anybody else tries to take our stuff, then we should nuke them out of existence. Is that the correct philosophy? Are you sure? What's the correct philosophy for number 3? Everything in the world is paraphernalia. Somebody look up the word paraphernalia, please. Everything in the world is what? Okay, what's the paraphernalia for? It's a use in Krishna service. Somebody give me an example of some paraphernalia you have, or some paraphernalia. What is paraphernalia anyway?
Paraphernalia is a noun, and it means miscellaneous articles, especially the equipment needed for a particular activity. Another meaning is also trappings associated with a particular institution or activity that are regarded as superfluous.
Okay, I think the word will work fine for us. Name some paraphernalia and how to use it in Krishna service. A flower. Okay, what's it for? To offer to my sweetheart. Oh, sweetheart. So what's it for? To offer to Krishna? Can you give it to your sweetheart afterwards? After you offer to Krishna? Okay, good idea. Go ahead.
Zoom.
Film?
Zoom.
Zoom, yeah. Can we use Zoom in Krishna service? Not really, right?
Done.
Huh? No, you can't use it in Krishna. All right. Okay, we'll take it. Very good. Anything else?
Bhoga.
Bhoga, what's bhoga?
So bhoga is the unoffered food.
Well, give me one example of one item of unoffered food.
Unoffered pizza.
Okay. Hopefully made in pristine circumstances with love and devotion. Can you offer that to Krishna?
Yes.
Okay. So, number 1 is you have to have a home. And this isn't it. We have a different home. We're from the spiritual world. And that's our destination. That's why Prabhupada put out a magazine called Back to Godhead. Number 2, you have to have the proper object of worship and meditation, right? What's the most recommended way to fix your mind on the object of meditation and worship? What is your name? Soumya? Soumya, Saumya. Like gentle soul. Go ahead, Soumya. It's on.
The Hare Krishna mantra.
Are you suggesting we chant the Hare Krishna mantra?
Yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. What did you say, 1,600? 1,600 for Soumya. When you go for your SAT someday, just tell them I already passed. I got 1,600 one day on Balaram's appearance day. That's a process. Can anybody give a supporting evidence for chanting Hare Krishna is a way of putting one's attention on Krishna, worshiping Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna? Yes, Balaram.
So the holy name and Krishna are pretty similar or the same. So they're pretty much the same. So chanting Krishna's name is like fixing your mind on Krishna.
Okay, now let's listen. We equivocated a little bit, and we want to try to adjust that. So he said they're pretty much the same. Who, if you agree, raise your hand. Pretty much the same. How about completely the same? I'm going to vote pretty much the same. And I'm going to try to support because I'm sticking with Balaram. He's smart. Okay, so pretty much the same. Rupa Goswami says, Vacham vachakam ityudeti bhavato nama swarupa dvayam. He said that Krishna and his name are pretty much the same. There's a difference, he said. The difference is Krishna's name is more merciful than... So pretty much the same. They're the same. There's no difference in Krishna and his name. Namachintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Binatvam Nama Namino Apana Samsritim Goran Yan Nama Vivisho Grinan Tata Sadyo Vimucheta Yabi Peti Swayam Bayam. All means that Krishna and his name are absolutely the same. But there's a difference because his name is more merciful, means it follows us wherever we go throughout the three worlds. In fact, in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, you'll find Lord Shiva and his party heading out on Sankirtan parties to go to all parts of the universe to chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because even if someone turned their back on Krishna, and they went down to the lowest region of the universe, but then they heard Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. What might happen if they hear that sound vibration? Did anybody ever hear that sound vibration and you remember what it sounded like when you heard it for the first time? Pardon? It was quite out of the world. When did you hear it for the first time?
Devotees were chanting and I was just standing in.
Devotees were chanting. We need specifics.
Yeah, I was close to a temple and devotees were chanting.
Close to what temple?
ISKCON temple.
Which ISKCON temple?
Bangalore.
And what kind of atmosphere was it?
It was divine and everybody was dancing.
I mean, was it a traffic jam somewhere?
Oh yeah, everybody
Bangalore.
was jumping up and down and it was like...
Devotees were jumping up and down.
Yeah.
And you heard Hare Krishna, what did you think?
I thought it's something fantastic.
Something fantastic, okay. Anybody else hear it for the first time? Yes? Here comes the mic, all the way to the back. Hold on, no words count until you get the mic. No credit on the SAT.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. It was in Russia, in Moscow. It was 93rd, 92nd year. And I first time met group of people who dance, play in this tram, and chant Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. And I really was so surprised. It was something different after Soviet Union time, that someone very easy could sing, dance, something different. So it was interesting for me. It was my first experience a long time ago. So Hare Krishna.
Haribo. What did it sound like?
Sorry?
What did it sound like?
What is?
What did the chanting sound like?
How it's the same. Hare Krishna. Yeah, I think in all languages it sounds the same. A little bit maybe with different accent, but it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Well done. Okay. So, Balaram is a teacher. He teaches people how to worship Krishna. He's known as the original guru. That's one of the services that he does. How many of you here are teaching other people about Krishna consciousness in one way or another? You've told somebody about Hare Krishna. 1, 2, 3. You've told somebody Hare Krishna. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, teaching people about the holy names and about Bhagavad Gita. This is the work that Lord Balaram does. That is a main concern. Why is it his concern, Balaram? See, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but then he expands himself into others. So the first expansion, his very first expansion, is called Balaram. He's exactly the same as Krishna, except that he's white. And he has a different attitude. His attitude is that I should teach everyone to serve Krishna. And he thinks I'm a servant of Krishna. And he does everything he possibly can to serve Krishna. He serves Krishna by becoming all the paraphernalia that is used in the spiritual world and in the material world. Everything, the foundation, traces back to Balaram. And then he also is called Shesha. Shesha is the most, he has got the opposite of a filibuster. You know what a filibuster is? What's a filibuster?
So a filibuster is basically like in a public forum where someone's just rambling on and on and on, and like they're not going to stop.
Okay. Look up the filibuster word. That's very good. Are you going into politics? You know a lot of stuff, Balaram. Filibuster.
An action as a prolonged speech that obstructs progress in a legislative assembly while not technically contravening the required procedures.
It obstructs progress. Read it one more time.
An action such as a prolonged speech that obstructs progress in a legislative assembly while not technically contravening the required procedures.
So most people are filibustering everywhere in the world. They're obstructing their own progress. They're obstructing the progress of the world because they don't know what to say. But Shesha is the anti-filibuster. He's been speaking Krishna Katha, and is that a good idea to speak Krishna Katha? Yes. Who can prove it with a Sanskrit verse? Give me one solid Sanskrit verse that proves it's a good idea to speak Krishna Katha. Who's that? You need the mic to get credit on your SAT.
Shrinvata Svakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantasto Bhadrani Vidunoti Suhritsatam.
We got a pundit here, give him a hand. What does it mean? What does it mean to us, earth people?
So by listening to Krishna Katha, all the abhadras in our heart will go away.
Yay, that's a good idea. Srivas Prabhu, you were going to say something.
Can I?
I insist. We insist.
So it's there in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Iti nandadayo gopya Krishna Rama katamuda kurvanto Rama manascha navindan bhavavedanam. All the cowherd men, along with Nanda and others, they discussed in great joy the topics or Katha of Krishna and Rama, and they forgot the miseries of material existence.
So, Shesha means the remainder. Balaram's first expansion, Vaibhava Prakash, he organizes everything in the spiritual world, and then he expands himself into the Chaturvyuha, and then the second Sankarshan, Mahasankarshan, expands himself into the Mahavishnu, then Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and the Shirdakshay Vishnu, and they manage the whole platform of the spiritual world, of the material world, and facilitate the living entities here in the material world. We're all paraphernalia of Krishna. And then anything, that means he covers the whole spiritual world and material world. And then Shesha means the remainder, anything that's left over. He covers that too. So this is the mood of Balaram, that he wants to cover all the services. Do you know anybody like that here at ISV? Yeah. Ramanasaka, Haribo. If you see anybody like that, then you can understand that they're in the mood of Balaram, because he wants to do everything for Krishna. I'll become your bed, I'll Brahmin thread, whatever it is, your shoes. Yeah, you need a place for wayward souls, make the whole material world. I'll stay in their hearts. He manifests everywhere in all the creation, and then he's there as Shesha, as the remainder. Anything else? And so he goes on speaking Krishna Katha, and he's been doing so since time immemorial, never stops. Balaram. Yes.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I wanted to bring attention for Hari Katha, for how the Katha and Harinam Hari Katha goes together. Like Katha is the Sarup Sakti of Harinam. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned, Katha is the Sarup Sakti of Harinam. In the sense,
Katha is what?
Sarup Sakti.
Swarup Shakti.
Sarup Sakti of Harinam. Because as we cannot worship Krishna, idly worship Krishna along with the Radharani. Similarly, Katha and hearing and chanting goes together side by side, because Katha is a Sharu Sakti of Harinam.
Haribo. Swarup Shakti means good, coming from the internal energy. And Balaram was not happy with the Kurukshetra war. Have you ever been in a situation? Any choice you make, it's going to be the wrong choice. You been in that jam before? You want to know the solution? You just go in parikram for a while. So Balaram went on parikram for a long time, and then he went to Naimsharanya. The first person who was elected to speak to the sages about the Puranas, because he knew all about the Puranas. Do you know who it was? Romaharshan. So Romaharshan was sitting on the Vyasasana when Sri Balaram, imagine what that must have been like with all the sages sitting there. It's kind of like this. Minus, well, kind of a Romaharshan here. Then Balaram walks into the assembly from his parikram. How beautiful he must have been when he came into the assembly of sages. And he then was greeted by everybody. And what's the way that you greet a respectable person? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to stand up. So if Balaram comes in the room, we're just doing a rehearsal. because you don't want to end up like Ramaharshan. So we're sitting here, and Balaram comes in, and then we stand up. Okay, I think we're safe now. When a great soul comes in, we're supposed to stand up. But you know what? Ramaharsha didn't stand up. Something was amiss. When somebody sits on the Vyasasana, a person is a representative of Vyas. If someone sits on the Vyasasana and thinks, I'm representing myself, I've just invented something new and I'd like to present it to the world, no. Then one becomes an offender. And then one might start thinking, well, I know more than Balaram does. So one has to be very careful when representing the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be a faithful messenger. Pass on. In fact, if you're traveling and they give you a disembarkation card, did I say it correctly? Disembarkation card, and it says occupation, you can put messenger. And then if they ask you what kind of messenger you are, just say, I'm a messenger from God. And then you can give them a Bhagavad Gita, and you'll be okay. So Ramaharshan didn't stand up, and Balaram noticed it. And he said, you know, I wouldn't have thought of this before, but you come from a kind of a dicey background. And being annoyed, or a little more than that, he picked up a kusha straw and he touched Ramaharshan with it, and Ramaharshan died. And then all the sages said, oh no, we gave him a benediction to live for a long time. What should we do? And it turned out that Ramaharshan's little son was there. What's his name? Suta Goswami. What's his other name? Ugrashava means ferocious hearer. Ugra means ferocious, and Shrava means to hear. So he was known as a ferocious hearer. How many ferocious hearers are in here today? Come on, raise your hand. Who would like to be a ferocious hearer? So you got to be fast. Shamalungi's fast. Who wants to be a ferocious hearer? Okay. Neelam's catching up. That's the secret to success in life. That was the secret of Suta Goswami. Ugrashava, Vetatam Saumya, Tat Sarvam, Tat Fatastad Anugrahat, Bruyu Snignasya Shesha Guravo Gurumapyata. He was a ferocious hearer. He listened to all his gurus so carefully. He sat up front, leaned in. He was hearing everything they said. And what happened? He became elevated to the topmost position, so much so that now they replaced Ramaharshan with the son, Ugrashava. And the qualification for one to take spiritual life is to become a ferocious hearer. And if you do that, then everything else will fall into place. Do you agree? Yes. Please give me one verse to verify it. One verse that says if you become an avid hearer, then you'll become more qualified. Yeah, go ahead, you got it. That's pretty good.
Gyane prayasam udapasya namanta eva jivanti sanmukharitam bhavadi avartam sthane sthitam shrutigatam tanuvan manobhir ye prayaso jita jitopyasita istralokyam.
Tell us which part of that answers the question.
Sthane sthitam shrutigatam tanuvan manobhir.
Means?
All you have to do is stay in one place and hear.
Be a ferocious hearer?
Yes.
And then what?
You become the Ajita becomes Jita. The unconquerable Lord becomes conquered by this devotee. You conquer the unconquerable
Just
Lord.
by hearing. If you stay in your place and you become fixed in hearing, then you'll become so transcendentalized that you'll be able to conquer Ajita. the one who's unconquerable, by the love that develops in your heart. So Balaram showed us by his example that to be in spiritual life is very simple. You have to be a good soul like Suta Goswami. You have to be an avid hearer, and you have to be humble, a humble messenger. And if you're these three things, then you'll be successful in spiritual life. Balaram taught us that. Shri Balaram ki. So today we're finishing the last day of our celebrations of Lord Balaram. We started yesterday, and we learned yesterday that we get strength from Balaram. We need spiritual strength. We need yoga balena to overcome our lower nature and become fully fixed in devotional service. And what did we learn today? Spiritual world is our home. Object of meditation is Krishna. Everything in the world is paraphernalia. P-A-R-A-P-H-E-R-N-A-L-I-A. Is paraphernalia for offering to Krishna. And then we learned, what's the last thing we learned about Balaram from Maharshan? He's the remainder. He's in this mood of service to Krishna, and we're also Balaram's paraphernalia. He's the reservoir of all jivas, so we all come from him. So if we just do what he's doing, which is be in the mood of service to Krishna, find out what you can do to help serve Krishna, then you'll be elevated to the same position as Balaram, not in quantity but in quality. Shri Balaram ki jai. And now we're going to have the Artik ceremony. Now we have an Artik ceremony, so I think we'll stand up and we can move, and Jula at the same time. So we'll move the asans back to the place where they live.
His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Could you put that in the room, please? Yes, Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarne Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One. Back to one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go Premanande, Haribo! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Balaram, Krishna Balaram. Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jai Krishna Balaram. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Shri Shriman Abhay Charanara Vrinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavini ki Jai. Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Shri Vrindavanam ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Navadiptam ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Jamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki Jai. Samveda Bhaktivinoda ki Jai. Shri Balaram Purnim Avirbhav Maha Mahotsav ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Go Premanande. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go close. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Nariya Gautume Nityananda Mahajan, Nariya Gautume Nityananda Mahajan, Pate Achinam Hatta Jivera Karan, Sharabanjan hai, Sharabanjan hai. Sharabanjan hai, Sharabanjan hai. Prabhu Agnai Bhai Magiye Dikha. Prabhu Agnai Bhai Magiye Dikha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nariya Gautume Nityananda Mahajan. Nariya Gautume Nityananda Mahajan. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Guru Krishna Shikha. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Guru Krishna Shikha. Pararashna hoye loho Krishna naam. Pararashna hoye loho Krishna naam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nariya Gautume Nityananda Mahajan. Nariya Gautume Nityananda Mahajan. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran. Krishna Samsara Kuru Charyana Cha. Krishna Samsara Kuru Charyana Cha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nariya Gautume Nityananda Mahajan. Nariya Gautume Nityananda Mahajan. Jive Goya Krishna Naam Sarva Dharma Sar. Jive Goya Krishna Naam Sarva Dharma Dharmasa. Hey, Nariya Godhime Nityananda Mahajan. Bhakti Ache Nam Hatta Jiverakara. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gita Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Shri Balaram Purnima Virva Mahamotsava Ki Jai. Shri Balaram Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Balaram Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Balaram Mandir Ki Jai. Shri Raman Reti Ki Jai. Go Premanande. Nitai Goda Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Goda Hari Bo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Get a mic. Get a mic. More mics. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Premanande Haribol. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram, Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsingadev. If you so desire, please bless everyone who's attended this festival today with spiritual strength and focus on your lotus feet. Thank you for considering our request. Gaur Premanande Haribol. Okay. Dear Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsingadev, if you so desire, please protect our dear Gauri on this day after her birthday. Thank you very much for considering our request. Dear Shri Shri Krishna Balaram, please protect our dear Gauri on this day after her birthday. Thank you for considering our request. Hare Krishna.
Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Narasingaya. Praladadadayine. Praladadadayine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakaraye. Oh, Shilatankanakaraye. Ito Nrsimha Bharato Nrsimha. Ito Nrsimha Bharato Nrsimha. Ayato yato yami tato Nrsimha. Oh, yato yato yami tato Nrsimha. Bahe Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha. Nrsimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye. Tava Kara Kamalavadhi Naka Abhuta Singham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanvringham Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. की, Dr. Shirmani Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Dr. Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna, Shri Krishna Balarama Purnima ki jai. I think that's the fasting talking. And I know we are all waiting for prasadam, so we're just going to jump into the prasadam. Thank you everyone for coming. We want to thank you because we can all assemble here and do the festival. It's a big thing. We have a festival around the corner, major festival happening here at ISV. And Prabhu will give us probably 30-second brief what's happening next week, so you're aware of it and you can look out for the more details in the email.
Hare Krishna. So after a separation of 2 years, by the grace of their lordships, we will be able to take in-person darshan of Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shriman Mahaprabhu, Shri Lakshmi Narsimhadev on their appearance day of Lord Shri Krishna. Haribol! Everybody is welcome. There will be a walkthrough darshan. But as much as we would like to serve everybody, we also need to take some precautions. So darshan will be by registration only. Registration link will be sent out in a couple of days. And please do register. And everybody is welcome to take the darshan of their lordships. Another thing is, programs like this, they all need financial assistance. And we would request all the devotees to come forward to participate in this opportunity to donate on the auspicious occasion of Janmashtami to serve their lordships, to serve all the devotees. And whatever comes from your heart, that's what truly matters. There is no lower limit, and more importantly, no upper limit. So if you have any questions, please contact Surya Kund Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Wait. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Ankur. And we would like to actually take opportunity to thank all the devotees who came forward to help to prepare this decoration, put like hours of service. The Sukamala Mataji and team and all the many other devotees who've been helping throughout the day. Our pujaris, broadcast team, thank you very much everyone. And without delay, now we'll go into the prasadam, our best part of the day. Jai Shri Balaram Purnima ki jai.
Charira Vijaja Jodendriya Taheka Jive Pele Vishaya Sagare Dharma Deti Vayati Rova Moisi Taki Jika Taki Darshan Saje Krishna Bora Goyamo Gori Bare Jivata Shaprashadhana Dilobhai Shayanamrita Pao Radha Krishna Chaitanya Nita Remedako Shri Chaitanya Nita Masare Govinde Namramri Vaishare Sarvapunya Vachandraja Vishta Sonadjai Prasade Sarvadhana Anirasu Pujayate Prasana Cheta Soyati Puripaya Patiste Tvayoko Vita Sajanda Sasulamkara Sarchitaha Utista Bodhino Dasya Savamayam Jaimahi Bhagavat Shri Mahaprasadiki Arhapidam Natavarabapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vibradvasa Kanaka Kapisham Jayantim Shamalam Randrandhenor Adarasudaya Punayan Gopa Vrinde Vrindaranyam Swapadavamanam Pravisha Gita Kirti Tava Katam Ratam Tapta Jivanam Saviviritam Kalmashapaham Shavana Mangalam Srimaratatam Ruvikranantiye Uridajana Krishna Kirtana Kananatana Pala Tapato Jani Brajita Shadbhakta Balihamsa Chakramadupa Shreni Viharaspadam Karnanandikaladhanirvahatu me Jiva Maruprangane Shri Chaitanya Dayani Chetabalasa Lila Sudasarduni Elam Tunita Kedaya Vishadaya Pranila Damodaya Shamyak Shastra Vivadaya Rasadaya Chitarpito Mataya Shashvat Bhakti Vinodaya Samadaya Madhurya Maya Daya Shri Chaitanya Daya Daya Uyaramando Daya Yakomar Harasa Eva Hibara Da Eva Chaitra Shapa Tekoni Liktamalati Surupaya Pradakadamba Nila Chaivasmi tatapi tatra surata Vyapara lila vido Deva rodasi vedasi tarudale Kshetra samutkantate Nishnu shavane karikshira bhavad Vaisesika Kirtane Kaladasmanane Taram Ribhatane Lakshmi Pritu Pujane Akrurastra Vibandane Tatpate Dasyeta Sakya Juna Sarvasvamani Vedani Baliravu Krishna Tiresham Para Gopremanande Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Tai Gora Haribo Please come take prasadam. Haribo.